You know, I didn't plan on going live, especially because it's 1:43 in the morning. But like they released the NFL schedule today, and I feel like I got to go over it. There's a lot of big games this season. I feel like there'll be a lot of them that I won't even be able to stream, which I find very unfortunate. There'll be a lot of big games, as I've already said, though. We're going to start, though, with the Sunday Night Football schedule. Well, first of all, we'll go over the Week 1 schedule here real quick. They start off the season with a big game, as I've already said. It's an AFC Championship rematch from this year, actually, now I think about it. I kind of forgot there. The Baltimore Ravens, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the amount of times that Taylor Swift will be shown in this game, if she is still with Travis Kelce by this around this point, will be at least in the 20s. I mean, she was filling 22 that one time, so and then they have the first Brazil game the night after, which is a Friday game. I never thought I'd see the day. The Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles. It's a Peacock exclusive game, so that one's going to be very interesting. And then the 1 o'clock slate on Sunday. Crap, I forgot what. I think it's the 8th. All right, the 8th of September. The 1 o'clock games. The Steelers and Falcons, Cardinals and Bills, Titans and Bears, Patriots and Bengals, Texans and Colts, Jaguars and Dolphins, Panthers and Saints, Vikings and Giants. Then the 4 o'clock slate, there's the Raiders and Chargers, Broncos and Seahawks. America's game of the week for Week 1 will be the Cowboys and Browns, which will be Tom Brady's first game as a commentator. Speaking of Tom Brady here, I have yet to watch the roast of Tom Brady, but by God, if I ain't gonna get to it, I'm going to, by God. I have about 10 other things to get to, and by God, I'll get to every dang one of them. And then the other game is the Commanders and Buccaneers, which isn't really as important. Then the first Sunday Night Football of the season will be the Los Angeles Rams versus the Detroit Lions, and Monday Night Football for the second straight year. Aaron Rodgers will be on Monday Night Football for the first game of the season. Well, first Monday Night Football of the season anyway, as the Jets take on the 49ers. And well, I mean, Aaron Rodgers' other ACL has the chance to do one of the funniest things ever. But seriously though, I want to go over everything else though. The Sunday Night Football schedule is what I'm going to go over first. The first game, as I've already said, is the Rams and Lions. Week 2, it could possibly be a good game. We'll see. It's the Chicago Bears and the Houston Texans. As we all know, the Bears, I think they could be. I want to say they're going to be good this season, but I think there's a possibility that they could possibly be close to getting to the playoffs this season. They've got Caleb Williams. I'm pretty sure they got a few other good players, and I think they could be pretty dang good this season. I really do think. I don't think they're going to win this game because I mean they're playing the Houston Texans in this game, but I think it could be a possibility for a very good game. Yeah. A Week 3 Sunday Night Football game is the Kansas City Chiefs and the Atlanta Falcons. I promise you, I do not want to watch this game. I already know who's going to win this game, because if you expect Colt Cousins to beat Patrick Mahomes, there is something wrong with you. I almost forgot that Colt Cousins was even with the Falcons. I almost said, I think it was Taylor Heineke that I think was the quarterback for the last bit of the season for them. Week 4, we actually have a pretty dang good game. My God. The Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. The Bills, they have croaked so bad to the point it's not even funny. Might I add, they now have MVS, which poor Josh Allen, he's going to have to throw to a guy that has no hands. So that's the first thing. Pretty sure they also... I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my dang words. I'm sorry. But they also got Chase Claypool, which isn't much dang better. So, I feel like that's going to be a very good game, though. Week 5, the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pittsburgh Steelers now have Russell Wilson. So, Steeler Nation, let's ride something. Week 6, the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Giants. I promise you, I don't want to watch this game either. I am a Bengals fan, so I will have to watch them have a absolute crap show with the New York Giants at 8 o'clock at night in the middle of Week 6. So that's just going to be great. Week 7, the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers, two quarterbacks who are pretty dang washed playing each other. It's going to be generational. Week 8, the Dallas Cowboys and San Francisco 49ers. I promise you right here and right now, this game is going to be something. Not in the way that you may think, because I have a feeling that the Cowboys are going to lose, because they always find a way to choke. But, it is what it is. Week 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is going to be one of those games. They'll either be one of the best games of the season or one of the worst. There's no in between. Week 10, we have an absolute hump of the Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans. That one almost made me, I can't say whoa, but it almost made me do some things that I don't think I probably should have done. Week 11, the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. If any game they could have gotten to that week, that's when this show was all right. Week 12. You only get that if you watch that one funny video. That video is so funny, by the way. It's a video where these guys, I guess they were all out doing some stupid crap on their bikes, and some guy had the bright idea to run from a cop. So when the boys in blue show up, there's this one cop who gets out. He is absolutely furious. And the first thing he says is, "Get your boy on the horn and get him back here." I love that video. It's one of my favorites. But Week 12. Oh, and then the reason why I screamed 12 is at one point he asked them, "Do you know how many times you guys got called? You guys got called in?" And then he goes, 12. Oh, man. It says, though, Week 12 for Sunday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. Week 13, another absolute humble. You got the San Francisco 49ers and Buffalo Bills. My God. Jeesh. Dang. God. Week 14, the Los Angeles Chargers or the Kansas City Chiefs. That one, it could be in between on if it's going to be good or not. Week 15, the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. Week 16, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Dallas Cowboys. Week 17, the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Now we move on to everybody's favorite football night, Thursday. This, compared to last season, though, it's not that bad. Like, the last few seasons, I've had some absolute stinkles. This one's not actually looking that bad. The first Thursday night football game of the year will be the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins. That one, I can guarantee, is going to be a pretty dang good one. Week 3, we have one of the first dang absolute horrific, in my opinion, horrific games. We have the New England Patriots and New York Jets. I'm hoping this game is good because, the Patriots, they're kind of going through their rebuilding era. And, of course, the Jets, they have Aaron Rodgers back. And hopefully this time his dang Achilles won't freaking snap in half. Week 4, the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Last time I streamed a game like that, I sat there while watching the Giants get beat. Let's see. 40-0. Yeah. Week 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. That one's either going to be good or just absolutely horrific. There's no in between. And then Week 6, the 49ers and Seahawks. Week 7, the Broncos and Saints, because I love going through pain. Week 8, the Vikings and Rams. Week 9, the Texans and Jets. Week 10, we have a rematch from one of the Thursday night football games from last season, the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Week 11, the Commanders and Eagles. Week 12 is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Week 14, the Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions. That one's going to be a good game. Week 15, the Los Angeles Rams and San Francisco 49ers. Week 16, the Cleveland Browns and Cincinnati Bengals. And Week 17, the Seattle Seahawks and the Chicago Bears. Then we have the Monday night slate, which I feel like it's in between on if it's good or not. Week 1, as I've already mentioned, the New York Jets take on the San Francisco 49ers. Unlike the last few years, Week 2 will not have a double header. The double header will now be in Weeks 3 and 4. There'll also be another one that happens in Week 7 and one that happens in Week 15 as well. Week 2, it's the Atlanta Falcons versus the Philadelphia Eagles in a bold battle. Week 3, there's a double header. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Buffalo Bills, and the Washington Commanders take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Week 4, another doubleheader. The Tennessee Titans take on the Miami Dolphins, and the Seattle Seahawks take on the Detroit Lions. Week 5, the New Orleans Saints and Kansas City Chiefs. Week 6, the Buffalo Bills versus the New York Jets in another one of those Monday night rematches from last season. Week 7, another doubleheader. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Arizona Cardinals. I promise you, the last time I was forced to watch the Ravens and Buccaneers on primetime, there were people begging for Tom Brady to retire. So, yeah. And he was honestly the only good part of the Buccaneers 2023 team. I know this because I was forced to watch that team, and God, it was painful. Week 8, the New York Giants versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, and honestly, I don't know why that game is what they chose. And that is just awful. Week 9, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. That one could be a potential steal for one could be a potential steal for one of the best games of that week. I really do think. I'm not saying what the schedule for Week 9 is, but that is a potential steal. Week 10, the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. Week 11, we have another absolute humper. It's a Texas battle. The Houston Texans versus the Dallas Cowboys. Week 12, I'm going to stop saying 12 like that. I really do promise. The Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. Week 13, the Cleveland Browns versus the Denver Broncos, because I love going through pain. Week 14, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to die in that one. Week 15, another doubleheader. The Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings, and then the Atlanta Falcons versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Then Week 16, the New Orleans Saints and Green Bay Packers. Week 17, the Lions and 49ers. There's been some other games announced as well. In Week 11, November the 17th, we get another edition of the Chiefs versus the Bills, and I promise it's going to be one of them games. It was like every time you put the Chiefs and Bills together, it was always a memorable moment. Whether you had the AFC Championship from a few years back, where the Bills took a 3-point lead with 13 seconds left, and Mahomes drove down the field, got him in field goal range. Harrison Butker, we'll get to him later, I promise you. He said some goofy crap. He kicked a dang, what was it, like a 33-yarder, maybe longer than that. And then overtime, it was pretty disappointing because they didn't have the overtime rules at that time. But it was a very great game. It wasn't the AFC Championship. It was the divisional round. With the AFC Championship of the year was the Bengals and Chiefs. That's right. I should know that. I'm a Bengals fan. I should know that. And then you have let's see. There's probably some other ones down here. Week 7 is going to be a good game. There's a Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and 49ers. The amount of times Taylor Swift's going to be shown in that one's going to be off the freaking gourd. It's pretty much it, though. They also announced the international games, which I want to go over the Thanksgiving games first here. The 3 Thanksgiving games this year will be the Chicago Bears versus the Detroit Lions, the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys, and the Miami Dolphins and Green Bay Packers. Let's see. The international games make me want to absolutely just scatter my freaking brains across the state line. Week 5, in the Tottenham Hotspur in London, England, you have the New York Jets versus Minnesota Vikings. Some say, if everything is correct, that's what Aaron Rodgers is going with in the next few years. You only get the joke if you saw how Brett Favre's career played out. Then the very next week at the Tottenham Hotspur, I believe it's the same stadium anyway. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Chicago Bears. Week 7 at Wembley Stadium, one of the biggest stadiums in the world, and the best game they could come up with was the New England Patriots versus Jacksonville Jaguars. All right. Week 10. So listen, all these games start at 9:30. Last year, I woke up at 9:30 to watch the New England Patriots versus the Indianapolis Colts. That game ended 10-6. And I have never, in my life wanted to sleep in as bad as I did that day. I was supposed to stream 3 other games after that. One of them being the Buccaneers and I believe it was the Titans. The other one after that was the correct. It was the I really don't remember what the one after. I really don't remember what the other 2 games were. But either way, though, yeah, I'm pretty sure I was doing like a terrible week thing, like the worst games that one, because I think that night, like the Sunday Night Football game was just god awful. I think it was the week where the Vikings and Broncos had the Sunday Night Football slot. But in week 10, the Munich Germany game is the New York Giants and Carolina Panthers. Whoever scheduled that deserves to be shot. I'll say right here and right now, they deserve to be fired into the sun. I mean, that is awful. Oh, they also announced the Christmas games, which happened on a Wednesday. A Wednesday Christmas. How about that? Reminds me of that one time when they said that, and Robert Griffin III posted a picture of Wednesday Addams with a Santa hat. That was pretty funny. I'm probably the only guy that found that funny, but I still found it funny. I do, in fact, have a crush on Jenna Ortega, so that's probably the reason. Either way, we're just gonna skip past that. Act like I never said it. The Christmas games this year, which, by the way, might I add, are going to be exclusive to Netflix. Which reminds me that I am going to be going live on July the 20th to watch Mike Tyson beat the living heck out of Jake Paul. It's going to be entertaining. If you actually think Jake Paul stands a chance, you have got to be on the high. You got to be higher than Snoop Dogg to believe that Jake Paul has a chance against Mike Tyson. But back to what I was saying. This year, the Christmas games are going to be exclusive to Netflix. The 2 games being the Chiefs and Steelers, and the Ravens and Texans. So that's pretty much it for the schedule there. I just want to go live and go over it. It's 2 a.m. now. I was like, what is this? This is a newspaper article from God knows when. This one says, Vikings win 42-41 despite Roman's orgy. What? 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 I'm not gonna ask. Either way, though, I'm still over the fact I'm gonna have to watch a games on Wednesday, man. I mean, it's gonna be one of them generational dates. Reminds me that we actually finished up on Wednesday here just a few hours ago. Pretty entertaining day for me. Don't really know what happened today, but I still had a fun day. I'm going to tell you about something else here. They have been posting dumb images on my timeline for a while now. I'm tired of seeing them. I promise you. I don't have a problem with, whenever they show me these things on my timeline, I don't have a problem with it because, as I've already said, I have a crush on Jenna Ortega. So, I'm kind of, forced to sometimes say things about all that I don't know if I should even really say. Like that one time, I'm pretty sure I said that I would allow her to spit in my ears and I'd be okay with it. Never mind, that wasn't her. That was another woman that I'm really attracted to. But, what I was trying to talk about, though, is that they show me these posts and I get more and more perplexed every time I see them. Okay, I'm done talking about Jenna Ortega. Nobody even cares about that. Why is Colin Kaepernick trending? Oh, because of the thing that what Harrison Butker said. Well, it is what it is. Somebody's brought up the fact that the Chicago Bears not play a divisional rival until week 11, and there's kind of a few weeks of just facing off against the divisional rivals, and I find it very funny. I remember seeing on this post about Harrison Butker. They said, boycott the Chiefs until they fire him. How are you going to boycott a freaking NFL team? Honestly, at this point, this boycotting crap has gotten so dumb that the point is not even funny. I don't even get what the point is anymore. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. How do you boycott an NFL team? I mean, if you are that stupid, I just gotta say, I'm not gonna say that, but, it's just stupid. I don't understand it anymore. I'm planning to calm down, though, because I'm gonna end up saying things that I'm not gonna be very proud of. So I'll see y'all later. I don't know when I'll be live again. All that matters is that I'll see y'all later. Peace. Love y'all. Yeah.